Hello friends, in this video let's quickly talk about how to work with unique constraints in the PostgreSQL. This is one of the important constraint in the RDBMS which helps us to identify the rows uniquely. Let us take a table which contains 10 rows. Obviously, yes, to identify that particular row uniquely, you need an uniqueness behavior on a particular column or group of columns. So let's take a table. So let's take a Gmail. Okay. See, if you see in the Gmail, so if you try to create any new Gmail ID, so that time you might see a message saying that that particular email ID already exists. Means unique behavior has been imposed on the email ID. You cannot create same email ID in the entire world. So it automatically shows you the error message if it already exists. If you slightly modifies that email ID, then it might say it is exists. Let us say a sample email ID, john@gmail.com. So John is a very famous name. If you try to create, it says already exists. If you tweak like john12347 @gmail.com, then it says it exists. Means it is trying to impose unique behavior on any column in the entire table or group of columns. It's up to us. So you can impose the unique constraint in the PostgreSQL on a single column or group of columns. It means that it is giving you unique behavior to the particular row. I want to identify a row in a particular table. Yes, you can easily identify by looking at the particular column. You don't see any duplicates in the entire table on a particular column or group of columns. So I will show you here practically how to work with it. So these are the predefined constraints in a PostgreSQL. So when you try to insert a duplicate value, same value again, it automatically shows you error message. It doesn't take even much time because it's a predefined, system defined constraints. Whenever you say a particular column is unique, it internally creates an index or constraint along with the table. So when you drop the table, this constraints also automatically drops from a table. So let's take a sample table, any employee table. See, in the employee table, you might be knowing, so what would be the unique employee ID and username, let us say. Username also might be there in the employee table. Username, first name, last name, and salary, location might be. So here I am trying to take, so one, let's say I just opened PostgreSQL. So let me create a table. So EMPS, employees. So let me take employee name is the one and I'll keep username also here. Username varchar of some 50. Okay, so location. So if you see here, this is a very basic table without any constraints. Okay, so I'm not telling anything. So now I can insert duplicate employee IDs. I can insert duplicate employee names, duplicate usernames. Here I'm planning to keep username as a unique. Even though the employee name is same, I should give a different username for those two employees. Okay, location is anything. So I want to impose username as unique in the particular table. For time being, I'm not talking about employee ID. So don't talk about employee ID. Now I am planning to keep employee username as a unique. So then how to specify that? Simply you can keep it as unique. See, you need to specify next to the particular column, you need to specify that is unique. So now you might think, so I'm not specifying not null here. If you want detailed about not null, you can just go to the previous video. So now I am not specifying about not null here. So can the unique column can be a nullable? Yes, of course. See, now let me assume the usernames. So what kind of usernames my column allows in a PostgreSQL when I try to insert is, so it allows John. Okay, so John 1, or even a null it allows. Why? Because I'm not talking about null at all here. So it allows one null. So when I try to insert second null, obviously it won't allow. It won't allow because it's a duplicate for the column. It won't allow. Now let me try to insert John again. It won't allow. Why? Because it's a duplicate column. It won't allow. It's a duplicate value. So it means that unique column is a nullable column. It allows one null per table per column. I'll put it as one null per column. One null per column, not table. Okay, if you have only one unique constraint, then obviously one null per column per table. But if you have multiple uniques, then it's a separate discussion. Now, so can I create unique constraint in multiple columns? Obviously, yes, you can create it, but that combination should be unique. When you create a unique constraint on multiple columns, that combination should be unique. So, but here I am trying to create unique constraint on a single table. That's the reason why this particular value should be unique. So let me simply execute this. Yeah. So query successfully created. You can see it. Now let me try to insert into EMPS values. So 1 comma employee name as John. So now I'm keeping as a username as John 1. Sorry, John 1. I'm just keeping. Okay. Or John I can keep it because since I'm inserting a first record of my table, I can put it as John. Okay. So location as some USA. Okay. So let me try to insert this record. Yeah. So let me see 1 second quickly. Yeah. So I just missed the values here. So let's try to put values and let's execute this. Yeah. So data has been inserted. Let's quickly see the data which is there in a particular EMPS table. Select star from EMPS. Obviously, this is very straightforward and easy for you to see the data. Okay, you can see the data. So now let's try to insert the same username for now the employee name is John Williams. Okay, so still since looks like the name of the employee is also John, I want to give John as a username. But still, if you see, I imposed a constraint on a particular username column, so it should not allow. Let us see. So let me change the employee ID also, keep it to John Williams and USA. Okay, but as I mentioned, username should be unique. I'm trying to insert a duplicate value in the unique column. Let me try and see what could be the error. So let's try to execute it. Yes, you can see here. So error message, duplicate key value violation is unique constraint, EMPs underscore username underscore key. If you really see it, as I mentioned, when I specify any column as unique, it internally create a constraint in the table and it is giving a name also. You can see, if you see the name, this is the name of the table. This is the column name of the column name and underscore key. Okay, you can see detail, key, username, John already exists. It's clearly showing the error message. It's a developer friendly error message. You can simply change slightly tweak it and run it. So let's run it. Yes, John 2 is exist. Now John 1 doesn't exist. Let's run it. Yeah, you can see John 1 and all. So this is how we do create or assign unique constraint to the existing columns in a particular table. So do you see any other way of assigning a unique constraint? Do you see any other way of creating a unique constraint? Yes, you can specify it. If you see here, I specified unique constraints at the end of the column and after that I continued with other columns. So apart from this, there is other way of doing it is, so let's quickly come here. So let's not specify here. Okay, you are okay with the column names and at the end I'm just keeping comma. So you are specifying unique of whatever the column name you are planning here, username. Okay, username, user un. I'll put it as a, so that I'll put it uname. Okay, so now let me make it as emps1. Table name should be unique, right? Yeah, emps1. So this also the same. If you see the difference between this here and here, I'm just specifying the unique constraint next to immediately to the column, but here I'm specifying at the end of the columns. So there is no change in the behavior. Let us see. There is no change in the behavior. Query has been, means like query executes successfully and the unique constraint has been created successfully. So when I try to insert a duplicate values, let me try here emps1 and emps1 here. Let me make it as John1 here, and let me show you. I'm trying to insert into the emps1 table now. That is, I've inserted successfully because it's a first row. Second row, when I try to insert, obviously yes, it is giving error message. You can see the difference here. That is the reason why I give a different column name altogether to understand. If you see here, uname, emps underscore uname underscore key, here emps1 underscore uname underscore key. So let me simply slightly change this value to John1. Let me try to insert into emps1. It has been inserted. Now let me quickly see the data in emps1 table. Run this and see the 2 records has been inserted. So this is how we do create. This is how we do create unique constraint on the table. Now on a single column, I showed you now how to create a unique constraint on a multiple columns. Okay, so let me quickly create the similar structure table. Okay, so let me put the same similar structure. Let me make it as emps2. How to create unique constraint on the multiple columns. So I am planning to put a unique constraint on 2 columns. The name of the columns is username and location. So I am specifying username and location. So here the combination of username and location should be unique. Okay, let me show you the difference here. Let me make it as run this. Sorry, let me select entire stuff and run this. Table has been created successfully. Let me show you the table without data. Okay, see here it is empty data. Okay, now let me try to insert this 2. This is also 2. Okay, so I'm planning to insert John1 only. So if you understand here, I'm making as UK slightly. Okay, so now if you try to see here, so John USA, let's execute this. First row has been inserted. Now let's run this. Select start from emps2. Done. Next, let me try to see the username I'm keeping as John as like first row, but location I kept different. Let me show you the scenario here. I want to show you the difference between current scenario and previous scenario which we executed. Let's run this. Record has been inserted successfully. Let's run the select query. You can see the 2 records. Now let me try to put one more record, third record now in this scenario with same UK. So I'm trying to keep same complete duplicate John and UK. Here I'm making as a John. So I'm making as John Buffett or something like that, John B. Okay, so now let's keep it as employee ID as 3. Okay, so let's try to run this. So now my PLSQL engine considers only these 2 combinations to make it unique. Other values it doesn't consider. You give whatever the value you want. Let's run this query. Run it. Yeah, you can see here. So duplicate key value violates unique constraint emps2 underscore uname underscore location key. So it is making that combination is unique. Now you can give individual values, any values, but the combination should be unique across the table. Okay, across all the rows. Now to identify the unique behavior in the EMPS table, the combination is username and location. If you see username and location. Okay, that is the combination. So this is how we do identify the unique records on a particular table. So this is one of the important constraint in any RDBMS. So that's all about it. If you have any questions, so please drop your question in the comment section. I'll try to answer as soon as possible. Also follow me on Facebook for more technical updates. Thank you for watching.